Hi, today I will be talking about biodiesel, which is a form of biofuel. Biodiesel is a renewable and biodegradable fuel made of mainly vegetable oil, animal fats, and recycled cooking grease. The primary purpose of using biodiesel is to fuel compression ignition engines. Biodiesel also plays an important role in lowering greenhouse gas emissions, making it desirable for the future. Biodiesel is made primarily from the biological sources of crops like soybeans, canola oil, and palm oil. Soybeans are the most common feedstock in the U.S., which is good for biodiesel production. All of these sources implement photosynthesis, which makes sugars for the plants to feed on, helping the plants grow and prepare for cultivation. Biodiesel is produced through a process called transesterification, in which there are three major steps. Step 1 consists of extracting oil from the crops by crushing the seeds to release the vegetable oil. In Step 2, the oils react with alcohol, which breaks the big triglycerides into glycerol, a byproduct, and ester, which is a biofuel. In the third and final step, biodiesel is cleaned to get rid of any chemical remnants. Biodiesel is currently a widely available fuel which is produced in billions of liters around the world, with the U.S. being one of the largest users. Biodiesel is most commonly sold in the forms of B20, which is 20% biodiesel and 80% ethanol, or B100, which is completely biodiesel. Algal biodiesel is a concept to be further explored, as it is more expensive but has faster rates of photosynthesis. Biodiesel is considered a low-carbon fuel because the CO2 released by combustion is offset by the CO2 consumed by the crops in photosynthesis, initiating plant growth. Studies show that B100 biodiesel reduces carbon emissions by 74% compared to its non-renewable alternative of petroleum. Biodiesel has multiple benefits, one of which includes supporting the domestic economy, as soybeans is a leading crop in the U.S. Additionally, growing more of the biological sources for biodiesel employs more agricultural use along with its workers, creating around 75,000 jobs, increasing employment rates. Biodiesel promotes domestic use of products, therefore decreasing the need for imports from other nations, improving national security. However, a disadvantage is that biodiesel is more expensive in production than petroleum, which in the long term plays a big role in the economy. The National Biodiesel Board's main goal since their establishment is to raise awareness for the use of biodiesel, build the public's confidence about the future of biodiesel, and promote the benefits that come with implementing biodiesel into the environment. The analysis of the strengths, weaknesses, and recommendations include the strengths of biodiesel, which reduce emissions, and they also support agriculture. Weaknesses include higher costs compared to the non-renewable alternative petroleum, and there's also limited stock and land to grow all the crops. Recommendation to further proceed is to use algae biodiesel. In order to create a plan of action for the future, building marine farms for algae to grow is important, as it is more prone to photosynthesis and is easier to grow in bodies of water. Implementing more land use is also helpful for crops, as they are the biological sources needed for biodiesel. And finally, increasing communication allows customers and the public to have more safety in the idea of biodiesel. Thank you for watching, and these are my sources.